Greenland is an island of rock, ice, and snow straddling the Arctic Circle. The few people who live here are clustered in isolated towns and fishing villages that cling to the craggy coastline. For miles and miles, there is nothing but ice. These giant glaciers serve as a barometer of world climate. Hidden in their layers are records of the Earth's climatic history.
Sea level has probably risen by something between 10 and 20 centimeters over the last 100 years. The most that we expect sea level to rise over the next century is perhaps by about a meter.
NASA program manager Dr. Bob Thomas leads a team of scientists seeking answers. Why is the sea level rising? Will it rise more rapidly in the future? Is the Greenland ice sheet growing or shrinking? By monitoring changes in the ice sheet, NASA researchers hope to find answers.
Perhaps the obvious way of testing whether these ice sheets are growing or shrinking is to measure their height. We now have the possibility of doing this from an airplane.
To gather data, this vintage P-3 from NASA Wallops Flight Facility was retrofitted, making it a state-of-the-art remote sensing laboratory. Global Positioning System, or GPS, is a highly accurate navigation network. It allows pilot Virgil Rabine to align the plane with a predetermined course for the aerial survey over the ice cap. Principal investigator Bill Crable uses the GPS data in conjunction with a laser range-finding device to determine the height of the ice sheet at millions of points along the survey. Radar penetrates snow and ice, bouncing signals off the bedrock. It provides a graphic representation of the rocky surface hidden thousands of feet below the ice cap.
Stand by, we just picked up Die 2 on the horizon at 60 miles.
At a tent camp called Die 2, which serves as a base for the land crew, researchers work at temperatures near zero. Setting off on snowmobiles, they traverse 300 miles, mimicking the path of the P-3. GPS receivers mounted on one of the sleds are used to validate measurements taken from the air. Huge test pits allow researchers like Ingrid Zabel of Ohio State University to look back in time by studying a cross-section of the glacier. Hand coring down to 30 feet gives information about snowfall over the past decade. Larger scale drilling right through the ice sheet has shown that climate in the past has been extremely unstable. Scientists are keeping an eye on pollutants like carbon dioxide and other gases that could raise global temperatures 3 to 9 degrees over the next 100 years. Details from the ice cores suggest that warming could accelerate many natural processes, including raising sea level, but scientists are unsure why. Additional surveys by NASA's P-3 over the same area can track those changes over time. Rising sea levels and temperature changes. What happens to Greenland's giant glaciers will almost certainly impact future events on Earth.